The war had already taken everything. The sky above the valley was the color of ash, and the air carried the metallic scent of smoke and loss. Burnt vehicles lay twisted like broken skeletons, and the once green hills were carved into trenches of mud and sorrow. Private Daniel Cade was only 22. He sat alone behind a shattered stone wall, clutching his rifle, listening to the distant thunder of artillery. Each explosion felt closer than the last. Around him, the battlefield was eerily quiet, the kind of silence that felt heavier than noise. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a folded letter, worn from being opened too many times. It was from his younger sister. "Come home soon. Mom still leaves your seat empty at dinner." Daniel closed his eyes. He could almost smell home, fresh bread, rain on warm soil, laughter drifting through open windows. But war does not care about memories. A sudden crack of gunfire shattered the silence. Daniel dropped to the ground as bullets tore into the stone above him. Enemy soldiers were advancing through the smoke. Shapes moved in the fog like ghosts of vengeance. His radio crackled. "Hold your position. Reinforcements delayed." Delayed. That word felt like a death sentence. He checked his ammunition. Not enough. His heart pounded like a drum of fate. From the trench to his left, a wounded soldier groaned weakly. Daniel crawled toward him. It was Corporal Mendez, a father of 3, the man who had shared stories and stale rations with him just hours before. Blood soaked his uniform. "You should go," Mendez whispered. "Save yourself." Daniel shook his head. "No one gets left behind." He tore fabric from his sleeve and pressed it against the wound, though both men knew it wouldn't stop the inevitable. The sound of boots crunching gravel grew louder. They were closing in. Daniel looked down at the letter in his hand, then carefully placed it inside Mendez's jacket pocket. "If I don't make it," he said quietly, "give this to my family." Mendez gripped his wrist. "You will make it." But Daniel already knew the truth. He rose slowly, stepping out from cover. The smoke swirled around him as he fired, each shot echoing through the valley like a final heartbeat. The recoil shook his arms, but he stood firm, holding the line alone against the advancing shadows. Seconds stretched into eternity. Then his rifle clicked empty. Silence. For one strange moment, the battlefield paused. The wind moved softly through the ruined valley. Daniel looked toward the distant hills and imagined home one last time. Then the world erupted. When reinforcements finally arrived at dawn, the battlefield was still. The smoke had cleared. The enemy had retreated. And near the shattered stone wall, they found Daniel. He was still standing, his empty rifle in hand, eyes closed, as if guarding the silence he had fought to protect. Inside the corporal's jacket pocket, they found the letter. It was delivered weeks later. Daniel's mother wept as she read it. At the bottom, beneath his sister's handwriting, were words written in mud-stained ink. "I held the line. I'm coming home, just not the way we planned. War writes its stories in sacrifice, but peace remembers the names. And somewhere in that quiet valley, when the wind moves through the grass, the silence still stands guard." Thank you for watching. Please follow Lausana Vault on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube for more interesting stories.